So a little video about using edge of hand blows in a preemptive striking context. Now, an important thing to think about when it comes to edge of hand blows is there needs to be some kind of wind to unwind mechanic if it's to be worth its salt and land with a bit of power. Yes, you can deliver it straight from the front, but it doesn't quite carry the source and torque that things that turn can deliver. So let's look at this fundamentally. If your hands are talking in front of you and you are inside the shoulder box of your opponent, it's quite difficult to land blows that come from outside in or inside out without telegraphing. So hands that are in the centre are much more primed for World War II combatives on tiger claw strikes or chin jabs. However, if your preferred, strong, trusted technique is an edge of hand blow, how can we configure that to make sense when it comes to preemptive striking? Well, the main thing I recommend is dominating a side with both hands. If my hands are talking here, anything on this line is very difficult for you to fire off. So if my hands are in the middle, it's difficult for you to fire something down the middle, but you can throw hooks around the outside. If my hands are to the side, like so, if they're dominating one half of your opponent, and we can make that look and feel quite natural, it's very difficult for things to attack you here. And you encourage and invite an attack here. So you're already ready for what is the likely side of attack and the side that would be the most difficult for your antagonist. So let's imagine most people, trained or untrained, their best shot is their right hand. So if you find yourself in this discussion, debate, argument, if I start to dominate the right hand side of my enemy, so if I start to move to the right hand side and have my hands as junk in the space between me and him on the right hand side, there's very little he can do to launch that right hand without it being smothered, covered or interfered with. And then a hand is probably less familiar or comfortable striking with. The left hand, that's the only real option. So again, if you're looking to use the edge of hand blow as a preemptive strike, my advice is to have the conversing hands to the right hand side of their body or to the left hand side of yours. Yeah, like so. So we're talking and covering. This motion essentially winds up our ability, because my hips have turned somewhat, winds up my ability to land that edge of hand blow. So from here, from conversing normally in the centre, you might start to act as if you're flanking off or discussing, but you're moving over to this side, smothering their most effective striking hand and priming then, yada yada yada, da, da, da. You've got those shots. Breaking that nice and slow, going from centre, in which case your most instinctive shots will be tiger claws or chin jabs, moving to the left, smothering that right hand, and then when it's appropriate, you've got the torque necessary to fire those shots in. Just to make it clear, I'm going to reverse the sides for you. So imagine in this instance, so that would be a lot less likely, I'm smothering the left hand, talking, act as if I'm trying to get around, using this as my pre-torque to land that initial edge of hand, because I've used that bit of torque, that bit of cover, that bit of smother to pre-arm the shot. Something I couldn't easily do from the front, but a bit of angling, or smother a limb, and I've immediately got that shot. Smother a limb, immediately got that shot. Smother a limb. You'll also note what I can do is when I am firing that shot, and again I'll do it on this side so it's easier for you to see. Once I've angled and smothered that limb with my hands by torquing, when that edge of hand comes in, you might instinctively cover the arm and bicep of the corresponding limb. Again, that just puts extra surety and allows you to move around with ease. So covering his right hand side, his best striking hand, I've cocked the hips, allowing for that edge of hand and also a smothering of that right hand at the same time. You'll also note, as that shot's landed in, I'm also covered from any instinctive shot from the left hand because of the framing of the edge of hand. Chins down, elbows up. I've immediately got decent cover instinctively from both sides. So that's an example of if your preferred first instinctive shot is an edge of hand blow. It's difficult to do from front on, but if we angle a bit to the side, it looks like we're trying to make way, and if we can make way, let's take it. However, what it does allow us to do is be pre-armed to strike with the edge of hand blows in. So a nice, simple way for you to use your favourite tool, if it's this, in a preemptive fashion, whilst maintaining safe, spatial awareness. And again, just a bit of fun, but think in a World War II context. If you've got a preferred tool, you need preferred setups to deploy that tool, because everything has an optimal, most comfortable launch pad. Here, bang, bang, or bang, bang. To the sides, edge of hand blows, they work very well indeed. Things to think about, things to practice with, things to train in.